Hello, I'm Dr. Joshua Reichard, President and CEO of Omega Graduate School, and this is my State of the School address for 2024. We've accomplished a lot over the past 12 months. Following our 10-year reaffirmation of accreditation in 2022, in 2023 we focused on addressing recommendations we received from our site visit, including improving financial stability, enhancing internal policies and procedures, and improving organizational effectiveness. We received notice from our accreditor that we are in full compliance and we have successfully addressed all recommendations. We could not be in a stronger position. I'd like to especially thank Richard Gamble, who works directly with me as registrar on many compliance reports required for accreditation, state authorization, and federal student aid. Thanks to the hard work of our skilled CFO, Mike Pecchia, we received a clean audit for our past fiscal year with no ongoing concerns. Lynn Kronk joined our team as a financial aid coordinator. Our cash flow has improved, revenue is up, expenses are down, and our balance sheet looks better than ever. Since we paid off all past debts in 2022, we continue to operate as a debt-free institution. I've endeavored to bring a lean thinking approach to how I lead OGS through an organizational transformation. Lean management is an approach from the Toyota production system, but it's something I've come to embrace, not just because it enhances efficiency, but because it helps people enjoy their work more by removing redundancies, reducing burdens, and simplifying complex processes. Last spring, we held a retreat to analyze everything we do at OGS critically and to streamline as much as possible. Under the leadership of Dr. Curtis McLean, Chief Academic Officer and Executive Vice President, Richard Gamble, Dr. David Ward, David Mosier, Dr. Andy McCullough, and others, the academic processes at OGS have been dramatically improved. Dr. McLean's steady hand, tender heart, and cooperative spirit have transformed our academics in a few short months. Core delivery, assignment expectations and assessment, dissertation processes, and even enrollment are firing on all cylinders. As our founder, Dr. Green, used to say, "It's not simple, son, it's sophisticated." Our faculty have been supportive of all these changes. Dr. Ward as senior tutor, Dr. Sarah Reichard as MLit tutor, Dr. Sean Talladay as our professor of statistics and research design, and all of our adjunct faculty and graduate assistants have done the heavy lifting to help with implementation. Thanks to a generous gift from our faithful giver and OGS alumnus, Dr. Jerry Fleming, we hired a fractional CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, this past year to help us with search engine optimization, social media marketing, and Google advertising. We've seen our program interest inquiries increase by 400% and applications for admission increase by 150%. Dr. Brenda Davis is spearheading the hard work of ensuring prospective students are enrolled as Director of Admissions and caring for our current students as the Chief Student Success Officer. Enrollment is stable, and we anticipate growth over the next 6 months. We continue to undergo digital transformation. We've adopted platforms common among tech startups to change how we work, including Slack, Google Workspaces, and Zoom. Thanks to our IT coordinator, David Richardson, we have developed cutting-edge proprietary digital platforms, including enhancements to Dial, our admissions portal, and powerful reporting tools for institutional effectiveness. In many ways, we outshine much larger institutions. With all that said, we have some big changes to announce too. Last week, our Board of Regents unanimously approved changes to our mission statement, DPhil PhD degree title, and the words in our sub-brand. One of the things I've realized as we've pounded the pavement for enrollment is that our very niche degree programs focused on integration of religion and society are just too niche. Though this is our institution's specialty, it's often a hard sell to prospective students. However, the reality is that 48 of the 72 credits in our DPhil PhD program are in social research, not in integration of religion and society. We have promoted the program as having a major cognate in social research, but explaining just what integration of religion and society means and how it will enhance the careers of prospective students proves to be a challenge. We have formally changed the major of the DPhil PhD to social research, which I believe will substantially improve our ability to explain the program and attract new students. I submitted the change to our accreditor this week, and we await expedited approval from the state of Tennessee early next month. I couldn't be more excited about the possibilities this change will open up for us. For starters, we will be able to add focus of study areas to the DPhil PhD in social research. Needless to say, I have lots of ideas, but these will include, of course, the traditional integration of religion and society, and also practical areas like applied and clinical sociology, Gracism studies, that is, faith-based diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging based on Dr. David Anderson's book, organizational leadership, data science for social research, education and public policy, and even more cutting-edge areas like medical sociology and artificial intelligence ethics. The wheels of my creativity won't stop turning, and I am so excited about what the future holds. Because of this change, we've also adjusted our mission statement to be less restrictive. We removed the phrase, "to integrate religion and society," to keep our focus on constructive social change broad. So the mission statement now reads, Omega Graduate School exists to equip scholar practitioners from a Christian perspective with research skills for constructive social change. Please understand that this does not dilute our faith-based identity or our commitment to teach from a Christian perspective. Dr. Green always argued that institutions can't be Christian. Only individual people can be Christian. And so there's no such thing as a Christian research institution, only a research institution whose faculty teach from a Christian perspective. It's nuanced, I know, but it makes a lot of sense. In fact, I should mention that we have Dr. Green's blessing on all of these exciting changes. Finally, with the change to our DPhil PhD title in the mission statement, we are also changing our sub-brand across from the American Center for Religion and Society Studies to the American Center for Research in the Social Sciences. This is a subtle change, but again, it broadens our tent and makes our degrees look more appealing to employers and in the marketplace. I will roll out these changes to our brand over the next 6 to 12 months. I know that's a lot, but I hope you're as excited as I am. We have come so far during the past nearly 5 years of my presidency, and though we still have a long way to go, I couldn't be more hopeful for the future. As I shared, I was called to both restore the foundations of OGS and adapt for the future. I'm confident that we are faithfully executing both. I want to express my deepest appreciation for Dr. Gary Nichols, our board chairman, and Dr. David Anderson, our chancellor, who have stood with me, supported me, and held me accountable as I lead OGS into the future. Speaking of appreciation, I want to extend my gratitude to all the alumni and friends who have stood up to be counted among the guardians of OGS by pledging to give towards our accreditation and authorization expenses. The Guardians program has been far and away the most successful fundraising campaign in recent years at OGS. The Guardians are recognized on our website at ogs.edu/guardians, and you can join their ranks by pledging just $100 per month. You can also give a gift of any size at ogs.edu/give. Your ongoing support is critical to help us close budget gaps and ensure that the institution we all love can continue producing scholars who change the world. Now, I want to recognize this year's Alumnus of the Year, Dr. Kevin Riggs. I've known Dr. Riggs for many years and watched him go against the grain to advocate for the marginalized, the forgotten, and the overlooked, and like an Old Testament prophet, to speak truth to power, even when the opinion is unpopular. Dr. Riggs is a model OGS graduate. Dr. Riggs, or Pastor Kevin as he's known, has been the senior pastor of Franklin Community Church for more than 30 years. He is also the founder and executive director of Franklin Community Development and Williamson County Homeless Alliance. All three organizations are located in Franklin, Tennessee. Pastor Kevin believes one of the primary tasks of a pastor is to be the conscience of the community. He is extremely active in the community and is respected as an advocate for the poor and the marginalized. Pastor Kevin is also involved in prison ministry, especially Tennessee's death row, where his church has ordained one of the men on death row and helped him start a church called the Church of Life. In addition to pastoring, Dr. Riggs taught sociology for 14 years at Nashville State Community College. He's written 3 books, Failing Like Jesus, Evangelism for the 21st Century, and Church Health. He has also co-authored a book with Pastor Kevin Burns, who is presently on death row in Tennessee. The book is set to be published in the fall of 2024 and is entitled, Today is the Best Day of My Life. Furthermore, Dr. Riggs has an active ministry in Honduras, training pastors and visiting prisons. He is married to his high school sweetheart, Misty. Dr. Riggs is also an avid scuba diver, and he and his wife live in Franklin, Tennessee. Congratulations, Dr. Riggs. Finally, I'd like to ask you to continue to refer students to us to help us grow enrollment, especially with our exciting new changes to the DPhil PhD program. Remember, Omega is an acrostic for the Oxford Method for Educating Graduate-Level Adult Learners. And there's just nothing quite like OGS in American higher education. Please join me in celebrating all that's happening at Omega Graduate School and partner with me as we continue transforming OGS into the world's leading research institution to advance constructive social change from a Christian perspective. Thank you.